Hi everyone, my name is Nikki and today we are going to be talking about adaptations. So just as a reminder, a habitat is a place where an animal lives. It is an animal's home. Examples of habitats could be the desert, the polar regions, the rainforest or the grasslands. To be adapted to your habitat means that you are suited to your habitat, that you fit in and that you can survive there well. Different types of adaptations can be those which are behavioural, to be able to find food, to be able to avoid predators, or to be able to find a mate. So let's have a think for a minute about the different types of adaptations that some animals can have. So now we're going to talk through some examples of adaptations. So this one here is what an elephant's tooth would look like. And the teeth are adapted to help the elephant to be able to eat their food. The key thing is this bit here. So you'll be able to see it's really, really bumpy and it looks a little bit like the bottom of your shoe. The reason those bumps are important is because the food that the elephants eat, so plant material, grass, including bark, is very tough and it's very chewy and very, very difficult to eat. And the reason it's difficult to eat is because it contains a substance called cellulose. So we need these bumps and grooves in the elephant's teeth in order to be able to grind down, to break down that cellulose and be able to get all the energy that the elephant needs out of it. So that's an example of how an animal can be adapted, their teeth can be adapted to help them with their diet. So just to recap on some of those science words there, we said energy. Energy is really, really important. It's the fuel for our bodies and it's the fuel for everything around us. We need energy as humans and elephants need energy as animals to be able to move around and complete all of their life processes. And we get our energy from the food that we eat. Another science word that we used there was herbivore. So all animals eat different things, but we can divide them into groups depending on what that food is. So a herbivore is an animal that just eats plants. A carnivore is an animal who just eats meat. Another science word I used there is cellulose. So this is a material that is found inside plants and it makes them tough and it makes them chewy and makes them very, very difficult to eat. Another adaptation is one that ostrich have. So this picture here shows a male ostrich and you can see that it's mainly black in colour. That's a really important adaptation to help him to camouflage. Male ostrich sit on the eggs during the night when of course it's dark, so those lovely black feathers help them to stay nice and hidden. Another property which ostrich feathers have is they help to regulate the temperature of the animal. So these ones here, you can see they are lovely and fluffy. They're not water resistant like some feathers are. And of course, ostrich can't fly, but they do help to control the temperature of the animal because of course, as birds, ostrich are warm-blooded. So that's another example of an adaptation of the ostrich. Another example of an adaptation is from this animal here, a giraffe. I'll hold it up to give you an idea of what it could be. This shows you what a giraffe's tongue would look like, and the thing that's particularly important is the length. A giraffe's tongue can grow up to 45 centimetres, and it is also prehensile. And this is really important because it helps them to be able to eat the leaves off the acacia trees, which are very, very thorny indeed. So they need to have a tongue which helps them to be able to do that. We used another science word there, prehensile. Prehensile just means to be flexible and have really good manoeuvrability. So in the case of the giraffe's tongue, it can move around like that, around the thorns on the acacia tree. Another example of something which is prehensile is a monkey's tail, which is used to wrap around the branches to be able to grip on so they don't fall out of the trees.